Hello, everybody. Can we say finally? Can we say finally?
I can say finally.
That
You
we
want to
can
say
say.
something else?
That we can say. No.
Okay, Bill had some.
No, honestly, I'm a little sad. I was hoping for a tie.
I
we
know.
were, we
Such
were,
a disappointment.
we were just so used about that. No, come on. I always believed in this, but okay. So, Bill, I'm not gonna ask anything. So I'm gonna ask you just about the negative stuff to you. Okay, so fuck you.
Okay,
And
I have to say I was at work. I didn't have a chance to look anything. I just saw on CBS
excuse
what.
me, Julia was at work too.
Okay.
Right. You need to get smarter.
Exactly. I had to be smarter and working from home.
These people go to work and actually work. What's wrong with that?
I really enjoy this couple that I'm seeing right now on CBS, Micah Richards and the pair.
Oh my God. Okay. Better at the same.
Why you don't?
No, yeah, they're kind of funny. Yeah, but yeah. They're kind of fun. No, okay, guys, it was fun. We're obviously we're in a good mood. I'm not gonna say it was unexpected. Actually, I predicted a Taiwan one. But it was not unexpected because it, in some way, to me, is easier to play against Man City against Real Madrid than play against Bologna against Parma in some way. And don't get me wrong, I'm not gonna say that the Parma Bologna are better than Man City, but you don't have the extra motivation to play against Man City and this kind of team, And so even if you are don't have a lot of energy or anything, you're gonna bring out you take out your best. What I was more worried about this game, and because we gotta be honest, and I remember watching the Man City against Inter. Okay, the game that tied 0-0. I think it was first game in the Champions League, and actually Inter had is decent chance to win the game. And so I think Guardiola and every bigger team right now, they're struggling to play against the Italian team because we are so well organized, and the tactical aspect of the game is way more important in Italy than in other league. Okay, so the big worry I had is that we are not as Inter, so we are not as experienced. Our player are not as experienced as the Inter player. Okay, so they're not used to play this kind of game. We gotta say, Inter player are used to do this, and even today our starting 11, I think it was super young team with an average age of 25.2, if I'm not mistaken, and considering we have basically all the all player that we could have. And other than that, I think we play a perfect game. We were waiting for them. We know we were going to get our chances. Maybe we could have been a little more brave in the beginning of the game, or more maybe in the first half. But when actually we open up, we had our chance and we finalized them. I think it was perfect game. So I'm going to start with you guys. So what do you think about the game?
There is so much I want to say. I don't even know where to start. I'm gonna start with the coach. I was on the phone with Billo today, and I think.
Thank you for the invitation.
This is the time. Don't be jealous.
Yeah. Wait. This is the guy who called it. This is the guy who called it.
He did.
He was the only one that we got to destroy City. So let's go, Abram.
Thank you,
Abram. I think this is the time to give credit to the coach because he prepared the game beautifully. It was tactically perfect. Everything went his way also. So we finally had a little bit of luck that we haven't had at all the whole season. And but Thiago Motta played the prepared the game perfect. He was waiting for them, and with the 11 that he had available against Manchester City. Let's not forget Manchester City, Juventus. Right now, Juventus is here. Manchester City is here in terms of experience. So kudos to Thiago Motta. Easier to play with them than Bologna. I don't agree. The difference is that with Bologna, you think you're better than them, so you want to control the game. You have the ball all the time, and instead today they did quite the opposite. So not comparable. Like it just went. Everything went right. Dusan did the two highlights are Dusan and what's his name? Yildiz to me, because Dusan finally showed he's in shape again, at least physically. He was running like Bologna. We saw him like today was again running in the second half. First 30 minutes didn't touch a ball, and then the second half he was running a lot. He was doing a lot more than we expected. So I hope he will keep it. Do it that way. He almost managed to miss that goal again, but it went in. And then Yildiz. It's like if we give this guy time, like we're gonna have some fun. All that said, I think it was well deserved. I mean, we were coming from a difficult period, like difficult to be mentally ready at a game like this. And they did it. They did it against a big team. So that's a big win for Champions League, for the morale, for everything. So thank God, I have to say. Because if you didn't win this, it would have been like a hard end of the year.
Billo, I know you didn't see the game, but you were able to catch anything, or you have?
I was watching the highlights in the while Giulio was talking. I saw an amazing save at the end of the first half from Di Gregorio on Haaland. That one was pretty amazing. He lobbed over him, and with the other hand, they went over and made the save. What I can say for what I saw and from what I heard on the radio and read, it was the fact that we were lower. So being lower in a situation like this, with probably a player like Danilo that cannot run as fast as used to be, that doesn't give you the much running back, and you have a less chance to get surprised. And on the other side of that is Yildiz, that he has a lot of space when he's up there, if you give it the ball at the right time. So there's a couple of chances that it was away. That in the first half you received the ball and you have quite a lot of space and you don't have the area full of players.
I don't want to be vulgar, but Kenan Yildiz was orgasmic last night.
It was so good. It was good.
So I'm glad to hear.
No, but
he's slowly coming out. It's slowly coming out. It needs time. It needs time, but you can see the potential is there. Like he could become.
Can I say something? And I don't want to paraphrase it, but soccer is easy. You start getting player back, okay, and you start seeing something different. Because at the end of the day, yes, we recover Coppa, Conceição, we recover. Now we have Weah that can be a changer for what they want to winger. Danilo, as a fullback, Danilo can still be a player. Usually in Thiago Motta soccer, the fullback doesn't push that much, and we got to remember that as a fullback, he's the captain of Brazil. So he's the captain of the Brazilian national team. So as a fullback, so of course, if he had to play as a center back, that is not his position, and he's going to struggle, really hard. And we see against Bologna, against Lecce, as a fullback, he showed tonight that he can still play a game. Then Savona was unbelievable. I was checking some people doing like giving like the grade of the player, give like a lower grade than someone else. So what the fuck is this? So Savona was one of the best players on the pitch today for me. Okay, he didn't miss anything. I agree with
you. It was really good.
That's music from here, guys.
But the thing is this: we're forgetting that players like Savona till like 3 months ago were nobody. Yeah. Now he's playing like a Champions League game, and we're not paying even attention to him, which it gives even more credit to the player.
Yeah, because we are not nervous that he's playing. Yeah.
Right. We're all focused on, like,
belongs-
let's see what Danilo does,
Yeah,
right?
he belonged there. He belonged there.
He belongs
Yeah.
there, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Totally.
and the one thing I want to say, please, can we stop talking that we have like a struggle? No, a struggle with the goalkeeper. Di Gregorio is a starter. Period.
Right now, they're both starters.
No,
that's
Di
the thing.
Gregorio
No,
is the
they're both-
starter.
they're both
Perina is
pretty
the
good.
backup. Top.
They're
Period.
both good. for
And let me
different
tell you
reasons.
this: if
They're
Di
both
Gregorio
good
play
for
against
different
Bologna, we win the game. Okay. Now
No,
I
I don't think that was the reason why we didn't win the game, really.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, the reason why we didn't win the game was the mistakes that we made, like, up there. I don't think Perin was, like, the reason why.
Is-
I
It's
think we're
different.
lucky.
Perin is not
We're
good with his
lucky we
feet.
have
That
two
is my
reliable
bold
players.
statement. If Di Gregorio play against Bologna, you can agree, you can disagree. If we win the game,
But to me, you know my position. We never had a problem with the goalie, even with Tech. To me, we always been solid there. There are many other teams that have problem with the goalie. I think you have a problem with the goalie last year. Of course, we don't have Buffon anymore. We don't have the best player.
Of course.
But there is no like a line of 200 goalkeepers better than what we have. Versus in another position, like if we start talking about midfield or stuff like that, there are many other players that are better than what we have. No, so yeah.
but the thing is, like, the way we decide to play the game, we want to build for the back. We don't want to kick the ball away. Okay? We don't want to play this long ball. Okay, and we need Di Gregorio. Perin is not able to do that. Easy and simple. So I'm not gonna say
it's not good with feet. Between the posts, though, it's good. It's good.
I think
I think it's actually better than Di Gregorio so far.
The first goal against Bologna, I think it's
the first goal
of the Locatelli, 50% on Perin.
No, he can't stop that one.
Are you serious?
No, I don't think he can stop that one.
I told you guys, I spotted it right away when I saw it that to me, the one is your post. At the end of the thing, you gotta be there. And if he score on the other side,
in knee on the right,
good for him.
The ball was
but
on the left.
The one is your post. I know there's been in the history of soccer many beautiful goals in the first post. I remember Batistuta against Arsenal, for example, that you cannot do anything. This one, I feel like it was more on the middle than on the left. So.
It was a strong shot on the first post.
Oh yeah. No,
it's not like it was like an easy thing to stop. Even
no, but I'm not saying it was a mistake. I say like you can make the save. It's two different things. If you're in position, you can make the save.
Maybe yes, maybe not. But like, it's not the type of mistake.
I repeat, I don't have any. When I see the goalie that starts Perin or starts Di Gregorio, I don't have any problem with that.
That's what I'm saying.
I don't feel nervous. I don't feel nervous. Either I'm one. I'm happy both ways.
Perin hasn't done. I mean, let's assume that what you guys are saying is right. He did something slightly wrong in this goal. Maybe it's the first half of the thing that this season he has done that maybe it's not right.
No.
Every game he has played, like, he's been solid. Like, he's made some good saves. Remember, like in Champions League against the one we lost.
We don't have any problem in the position, guys.
It was like awesome. He made a couple of saves.
Don't you feel weird that every time that Perin started is the game that basically we allow the most? Every time.
But how can it be the goalie's problem if we allow?
Because we play in a different way.
Yeah, because from the point of view, we play kind of like with a sweeper goalie. So you use a lot of your feet, and he makes the game start a little.
Sure. Look how many times, to chime in on what Bilo was saying, how many times last Saturday we kicked the ball long for Vlahovic and he didn't get one, and how many times we did today? Never.
It really, like, look at today. Today the Manchester City
Carlucci's
9 out of 10 that is a goal. He's right. Like, it doesn't matter what. Anyway, look at today, like Manchester City 70% ball possession. What difference made having Di Gregorio today? 70% Manchester City goal possession. Like it's like, and
Guys,
against Bologna with like
It's an
60%.
opinion.
No, sure, and that's
Yeah.
mine, and I'm explaining what it is. 60% possession against Bologna. Now the reason is the goalie that is not giving the ball right here if they're pressing high.
To me,
I mean,
there
sure.
is a little bit like
No,
Good, but
Di Gregorio can really pinpoint a pass for 50 yards.
I agree, but that I agree. I'm not saying
both feet. So
I agree with you, but like to say we're not going to lose the game if Di Gregorio played when we made huge mistakes.
That was Matteo's point of view.
I'm saying like that's extreme.
I said, to me, in that particular situation against Bologna, to me, it could have gone differently, but I don't think we have a problem with the goal. To me, either goal he puts I don't feel nervous. I don't watch the formation and be like, oh wow, he's playing with him. No, for me,
I don't like.
I was nervous when Danilo plays a center back. That's for example.
Yeah, for sure.
That's something makes me nervous. Yeah.
I personally don't like having the goalies to alternate. I think the main goalie needs to know that he starts. It's a very delicate position. Very delicate position. I don't like this thing alternating all the time. It looks like they lose concentration. I think he needs to play.
There is another point.
All the time. So for example, we invested in Di Gregorio. I think Di Gregorio should play all the time.
Yeah, but Motta. We decide we're gonna get Motta, and we decide we're gonna get Di Gregorio because Motta won Di Gregorio, and we know the Motta always alternates the goalie. So you cannot have two different things than what we have right now. There was a plan.
No, I understand that's the plan.
We decided it was going to be the way.
One thing is doing it at Bologna. One thing is doing it at Juventus. No, it's different. You play Champions League. Oh yeah, the level of concentration is different.
So what it means, like you hire Thiago Motta because he does certain things, and when he comes to you, you tell him, man, don't think you can do it.
He's doing his thing. I'm just saying it's riskier to do this at a team like Juventus.
I agree. I agree with Giulio on this, but okay, we play against Milan, it's Di Gregorio. We play against Aston Villa, it's Di Gregorio. Okay, we play against Lecce, what is supposed to be like an easy game. Okay, we decide to have like pairing, give it like a one game. Okay, so it can start like 10 games in Serie A. Okay, I agree. I don't have an issue with that. But then you play after 1 week against Bologna. Di Gregorio is a starter. He needs to be a starter. So if there is not an issue, he needs to start. Having said that, I didn't want to talk about that because I want to go back when the game of Manchester City, and so I think everybody agreed that. I'm not going to say we played the perfect game because we played a really good, solid game. Okay, and Locatelli to me have a really solid game. Okay, Thuram has a solid game, and Yildiz to me was best MVP. Was best player on the field. And Conceição was really good. I want to ask you what you think about Koopmeiners. But Giulio, because Milo didn't see
Koopmeiners, I think it's the.
And then I'm going to tell you my opinion.
The black sheep today. So if I have to pick my least favorite player today was Koopmeiners. He didn't play a bad game. But he made some mistakes that I don't think he can make in a Champions League game like that. I remember there was in particular one was like in the last third when I remember it was Conceição Vlahovic going toward the goal. He could have easily put them in front of the goal. He completely missed the pass. He gave it to the defender. Another couple of times on the midfield, again, wrong pass. I don't know if he's still recovering from something. I don't know if it's true the stadium is whistling at him. Which is crazy if they're doing that. Obviously playing with us is different playing Atalanta. So he is the one that today didn't meet expectations. Let's put it that way. All right. Everybody else showed up, and Koopmeiners. I expect more from a few players. I expect more from Koopmeiners. I expected more today from Koopmeiners, from Vlahovic, right, from Yildiz. these were the players that, like, in my mind, are the one that have quality and they could make it or break it a game. Yildiz played well. Dusan did what he had to do. Koop Meiners didn't. So, do we have a problem? I don't think so. But I think we know we can do better, and you should do better. Maybe it's the wrong position. Maybe the problem is he's playing in the wrong position. But besides that, I mean, everybody else, I don't have anything to say with anyone else. Koop Meiners, I'm still waiting for him.
Still, Thiago Motta basically he would sub like every other player, and it doesn't take Koop Meiners out of the field. So I agree with you. He didn't have a great game. He made a couple of dummy mistakes. Okay, and I have no idea why I think there is a moment in the first half when he missed a pass, an easy pass actually, and there is the you can hear the stand start like not booing, but like and you see Danilo looking at the stand and say, "Stop it, please." Okay, it's kind of like a. I don't know how you can do that. Are you gonna be there to support or not? But still,
I don't understand people booing, whistling. I think I would never do it to anyone. I mean, unless it was Bonucci. But yeah, I think
Bonucci is not the most beloved player right now. Okay, so but still, look, I wanted. I did watch the first 10 minutes of the second half, because to me, I think the second half we started to be a little more aggressive, and then we score actually. And actually, we went back. Okay, and I think we don't know, because maybe Koop Meiners need to play a little bit behind. Okay, but we don't know actually what Thiago Motta is asking him to do. Okay, because we're not in the locker. Too bad. We're not in the locker. It's not like Campioni. Like we can hear what Ciccio Graziani was telling like Socia Ruta to do. Okay, so we can.
Can you explain to the American public who was Campioni?
It was a reality show based on a soccer team. They followed this soccer team wasn't even like in the pros, was like in the
it was in
Sixth division.
It was something like that.
It was Promozione, I think.
Followed them the whole year. Eventually I think they made it.
Eccellenza, I think it was.
Eccellenza, you're right.
I think they made it to the second division, whatever. But it was interesting to see.
But so we don't know. But in 10 minutes, I see Koop Meiners making at least 5 or 6 runs, okay, behind Vlahovic, and basically nobody tried to serve it like over the line of defense, okay. And he did so, and still at the end of the game, he was basically running everywhere, trying to pressure in everybody.
Instead of Vlahovic, eventually he ended like playing as a forward.
Yeah, correct. And so we don't know what he's asking here, but the question gonna have, we were super solid in the middle with Locatelli and Thuram, but there is a reason to me why Manchester City had a 70% of possession of the ball. They were more they are better skilled player than us. Right. So they were keeping they were able to keep the play. Locatelli was amazing to me today. But why? Because it was amazing.
Because he's defending. It was like all defensive.
We were asking him to defend. Exactly. We were asking him to defend. First defending, and maybe then could try to do something. Thuram is still like struggling when he's asked to complete a pass or to create something.
He's the only one that comes out of our third with the ball on his feet. It's the only one that does that. Comes out with the ball on his feet.
You're right.
Locatelli never does that.
He has the personality to do that.
Right. Locatelli never does that. That's main issue I've always had with Locatelli. I still have it with Locatelli. So now we know Locatelli is a defender. It's like a Gattuso. To me, Locatelli now it's a Gattuso with better feet. Period. That's all Locatelli is, which makes him an excellent Gattuso.
Big Gattuso. Okay.
Huh? What?
I was still big Gattuso over Locatelli. Okay.
No. Locatelli is showing like.
Where can I sign the contract that is going to be Gattuso with better feet?
Yeah, I think that's where he's headed.
Eduardo,
I think that's where he's headed.
I would be the happiest person in this.
I think that's where he's headed. I think if you see him in that way, if you use him in that way, that's his strength. Right, that's it. But Koop Meiners today maybe is not the best game to judge him, because if we're looking at a game where we have only 30% of the time the ball and we're pretty much defending, and there's Locatelli and Thuram that are just defending, who the fuck is gonna give him the ball to Koop Meiners? I mean, again, he could have done better, but also like he's not gonna shine really in this game. But he did make some gross mistakes that I wish he didn't make, like simple passes that he was missing.
Yeah, but another issue, rewatching the first 10 minutes of the second half, because that's the only thing I could do actually today, and after watching the game, actually, there is a moment that Vlahovic, I think Vlahovic in the second half plays pretty much better than the first half, maybe because we were a little more aggressive, so he had some company, okay, and there is a moment that they come back, he defend the ball, okay, and the ball go into Thuram feet, okay, so Thuram took over, okay, and Vlahovic get like frustrated with Thuram because he got him the ball. Why it was the right thing? Because to me, the striker just need to defend the ball, pass the ball, and move away. He doesn't have to get the ball, keep the ball, and pass the ball and go everywhere with the ball. I don't get why Vlahovic gets so easily frustrated, okay, and. Yeah, thank God he scored. Okay, hopefully he's gonna score 50 more goals in the next month. Okay, so, but I'm still not 100% on his bandwagon yet. Okay, so I have a question for you. So we are 2 games to the end of the first stage of Champions League. What do you think about this system, about this formula? Because right now I think we are most probably we already made we're gonna make the playoff. Maybe if we win both, we're gonna end up between the first 8. Okay? And actually, this moment there is Manchester City and Paris Saint-Germain can be 2 big surprises and not even making like the playoff. Do you like this formula? You made it. You would change it, or we made it better? Bill, let's start with you, sister. Yeah.
No, I like it. I honestly like it. It's something new, something refreshing. For sure, I'm gonna like it better if we pass. But no, it's a lot of games. It's a little weird, of course, that you don't have the right parameter because it's not equal. You know, you play 8 games with random teams, and you can play 3 very difficult games outside your home and some easy one at home versus other team. It doesn't do that. So there is some of these that, but at the end of the thing, it's 8 games. It's not like, so you have a chance to make some mistakes and still, if you're strong, you still qualify.
And 24 out of 32 that can pass the next stage, basically.
Yeah, so I think it's been exciting for everybody to try to figure out the new system. And there are many teams that are like right there, and you would expect them. You would expect to have Brest up in the first 8, for example, and everybody the provision was like, oh, there's going to be 8 games, so it means only the big teams are going to qualify. No, it's not the way. It doesn't change the fact that it's always been that in Champions League. That basically the bravest team is the one who wins, kind of thing. And you also have to be smart and don't make mistakes. But if you're brave, you win.
Giulio, you like it?
Yeah, I do. I like it. I feel it's in a way like it allows. There is room for mistakes, right? It can happen that game goes south. And you don't screw up the whole season because the game is going south. With it before, with the group stage, with just less games, you you lost 1 or 2. It was like you were almost out, right? So now you have time to recover and make it at least to the how do you call it, the qualifiers, not the first 8, but like the knock, right? So so. I like it. I think it's in a way there is some sort of strange fairness to it. In a way, it's more difficult sometimes because you maybe play more difficult teams, but you have more games that allow you to move forward. And it's again 24 teams out of 32. So if you really don't make it the first 24, then you really don't deserve to be there. Yeah, so I don't mind it. I mean. First time, then once it comes to the round of 16 knockout game, then it's the same, right? It really doesn't change much. But my understanding. So I actually don't mind this format. It stresses me less, honestly. So we have a little more room there to have fun.
So I think both of you have like a great point. Okay, so yeah, at the end of the day, 24 out of 32 they're gonna make it. They're gonna advance. So I was really skeptic. Actually, I don't mind this new form because the group stage I kind of was really stagnant. There was kind of boring. Okay, in some way. I would like to say there is you got to consider that basically everybody play different team. Okay, so it is maybe not the most fair like formula ever. Maybe having like a full group of 8, so you play 7 games. So we're gonna remove 1 game from the calendar. That probably is not a bad thing to do per se. Okay, and yeah, then you have an issue that basically you gotta play for home and 3 away. So yeah, I don't mind as a formula. Maybe we're gonna give it like another couple of years to decide, and then we'll see what's gonna happen. It's like Super League or anything's coming up. So yeah, I was interested to get your point of opinion. And
yeah, in a couple of years we're gonna have the Super League. So.
Well, that's what the Maurizio is asking today at the moment. So yeah, and but can I ask you? Okay, let's say this eventually the Super League gonna happen. Okay, and this is the formula that basically the Super League was gonna happen.
That's that was my answer to Maurizio.
But
what we're seeing is what the Super League would have been, but just with better teams.
But okay, so the Super League is basically going to take over the Champions League. So you're going to have the Super League and the Champions League because you cannot play both. There is no room in the calendar to play both. So I don't know what's going to happen with that. And honestly, at the moment, maybe it's not the right time to talk about that. But it's definitely. It would be interesting to see how it's going to play out. Okay. So we're coming against a tie against Bologna. We won against City, and now we're gonna add let's look into the future. We're gonna play on Saturday. I don't know why we're gonna play on Saturday. Okay, honestly, against Venezia. Okay, it looks like we're getting player back because we see Douglas Luiz actually is real. He's still with us. He's training. He's played 5 minutes with us plus 2 minutes extra time, and McKennie was back. Actually, he scored. Okay, and it looked like we're getting some depth in the bench. Even Nico Gonzalez may come back, so that leaves us
to do what? To play.
You have only one thing to do: drop Nico Gonzalez from the culture. Okay, then that's gonna solve like 90% of the issue. And basically, we're gonna cambiare
Camarda.
Bye, Camarda, please. So, do you think we are heading in the right direction, or this is just like okay, this was like one special game and they give it like everything, we were lucky and
it's for you.
You wanna be so funny? I misjudged my schedule. I'm not even watching live. I'm sorry, so I had to watch it like easy. Forget about that. But yeah, of course I'm gonna go for Juventus. Even because I don't think I have any hope with Venezia. Actually, they're terrible, and I think the people is focusing about Di Francesco, and Di Francesco is the last of their issue.
We know the Nicolussi Caviglia is gonna score.
Oh yeah,
absolutely.
That's right. I think
Nicolussi Caviglia is playing really well. Actually,
he's playing really well.
I see him really scoreboard every game, basically. So even if it is allowed, sometimes But
let's say Di Francesco and Nicolussi Caviglia is the last issue of an after at the moment. So, but going back to my question, do you think
back to your question,
we are heading the right direction, or this is just one game?
I think we need to stay with our feet on the ground. Because what we haven't said about today's game is that everything went our way. Okay. So everything went the way it was supposed to go. Vlahovic, instead of missing the easiest goal on earth, somehow the goalie like pushed almost in, and there was a goal instead of missing it. Haaland, instead of scoring a goal that was almost done, Di Gregorio saved it, and that would have been a 1-0, right? And then he saved another one. And then Manchester City had another couple of plays that didn't really play well. There was one where Haaland was in the middle of the goal by himself. Instead, they didn't give it to him. They I think he shot or passed it and crossed the whole goal and nobody hit it. So everything went our way. All right, let's not get in over our head with the reality of what's going on. It's a good win for the morale. So it's a good win for 3 reasons. For Champions League, because we were in a really tricky spot if we didn't win this one, right? It's good for the morale because we're coming from a long streak of ties. So finally it's a win, and it's a win against a big team. So the guys believe that they can do more, right? That said, let's not forget that we tied with Lecce, we tied with Bologna, we tied with Parma, we tied with Empoli, we tied with Cagliari, and now with Venezia, right? So and Venezia doesn't play badly actually.
Giulio,
They've just been very unlucky.
Giulio,
Yeah.
what's easier to say which game we won?
What do you say? Oh, you're right. Right. I know. Seriously.
We won
guys
versus
are
like,
mean.
what the
You
game
guys
we
are
had.
Super mean.
Seriously. So I think we need to be humble and go back to the roots and address this game like another difficult game, because Venezia doesn't actually play badly. They've been unlucky in the last 2 or 3 games. It's not a given that now we're gonna go there and win. I expect a win. I mean, it's against the last in the ranking, so a tie with them would be like, dude. But no, we're just barely getting back on, with a little more players. McKennie, Douglas Luiz, Fagioli is there, so now they have like some more.
No, I would like to connect to what you just said about winning against a big team. So you make like the little step toward became like a good team when after a big win you win against an easy team,
Right.
because now everybody's happy, excited, they want to go to the city, and like happened at the time, you go there with the mentality like, yeah, we play against, we gotta win no matter what. No, it doesn't work. With nobody give you anything for free in Serie A, so you gotta go there and fight. Win every duel you have in the midfield. Start to have the possession of the ball and create chances, and we're gonna have more chances to get better. And now the best thing is we're recovering players. We finally having players that come back from injuries, and in midfield and as a winger, we're gonna start to have some option.
Right.
And at the end, you hire a coach to make decision, not just to be like, okay, the 12 guys and they are healthy, I got leave one out and the other 11 are playing. That is not being a coach. Being a coach is like when you have 22 players and you make decision. And each game you make decisions. So right now he's going to be in a position to do his job.
Why do you guys think, speaking of coach who makes the decision today, he decided to pull out Dusan and put Koop Meiners as a striker instead of pulling out Koop Meiners and putting McKennie there like he did and keeping Dusan? Because he's not really giving Koop Meiners any break. Mm-hmm. Everybody is kind of like resting. Besides the defenders, we're short. But like, I don't know why Koop Meiners is not being substituted at all.
Because
in terms of him,
I already told you, like in two.
Yeah, but why? He's playing as a striker.
To me, he's the only irreplaceable player you have.
But you put him as a striker when you have the striker. It doesn't make sense at all.
Yeah, but it was 5 minutes to the end. So the game was kind of like in a moment, like you gotta basically control the game, or it was 5 minutes to the end of the game, honestly. So it wasn't like 20 minutes to the end of the game that you have probably a better point. It was basically the game was
I understand it, but you're still gonna play on Saturday, and I just don't. I don't understand. It doesn't really make any difference. It's more curiosity. Why would you do that?
Maybe it was saving Vlahovic some minutes. Maybe because
it was the same reason. Injury.
It was the same reason, because before the injury, actually, we seen Vlahovic coming out of the pitch like at the 60th, the 70 minute. So he was trying to save in his.
He ran a lot. He ran a lot in the second half. Vlahovic, he did run a lot. I have to say, it was after a lot of balls. So
Yeah.
maybe he was just tired.
So
was as simple as that.
it's a question for Motta.
Question for you guys. The next 3 games in Serie A, we have Venezia, we have Monza, and we have Fiorentina. Which one of these 3 you think it's more difficult?
Okay, more difficult, I don't know, but more important is the next one, because, like I told you, you gotta put some continuity to what you're doing.
Yeah.
So you start to if you want to be a team that is a contender, or a team that planning to get better for be a contender next year, you have to show that you can win some game in a row. And you can only do that if after the big game you won against a small team.
Yeah.
So 7 points is reasonable to expect 7 points out of these 3 games?
Well, I would like to say
You don't say anything.
We
because
will do,
every time
we
you
will
said
do this
something-
game last episode and 2 episodes ago before we playing against Lecce, Bologna, Venezia, and Monza. We say, okay, I'm gonna be fine with 10 out of 12, and now the best we can do is like 8. No, it's 7. 8 out of 12. So I'm not gonna say anything, but yeah, I agree with Bill, because actually, a game against Venezia is gonna come super soon, because in 2 days we're gonna be playing the game. Okay, thank God. All this game we play in home, so we don't have to go anywhere. Okay, we don't have like go here and there, left and right. But yeah, but you forget that then, on Wednesday or Tuesday on Thursday, I don't remember why we play Coppa Italia
Coppa
against
Italia, Cagliari.
So of course, Fiorentina.
That one, like I told you, like 10 days ago, the one to me in the calendar, it looks like something like Napoli just happened.
See when it is.
Because we are very, very short.
It's on Tuesday. That's why we're playing on Saturday, because we have
okay.
Cagliari on Tuesday.
We have been very short for a long time. It seems like it's going to be the kind of game he's going to have the Pugno in front with somebody else around him.
For real.
See, that's where like I will not, forgive anybody or justify anything in Coppa Italia. We have the easiest path I can remember in the past 20 years to the final, even easier than last year.
Yeah, but like I say right now, the most difficult game is going to be Cagliari. But I told you, to me, it's going to make a lot of subs. So we want to see who
doesn't have it.
Who's going to play defense?
Lots of subs. That's maybe it's a blessing in disguise there. I don't know.
I don't know, but like you saw Conte what did with Napoli in Coppa Italia. He put 11 players that he never played, basically. With.
But we don't have 11 players that never played.
But
I mean, if you want to change, who would you change? Vlahovic, we don't have anyone to change. So we can have Douglas Luiz play, maybe. You can have him. Fagioli. Right? In defense, there's no one.
You're going to have a bunch of players probably for the under 23 or something like that.
No.
I don't think you have other option. At some point, you have to rest somebody. And if you're not resting that game, when you rest them?
I don't know, man.
I don't think Dusan is going to play the last.
Can I say something?
Capital is the only real objective for the season again.
Let's win on Saturday. Then we're gonna make it feel better, even lighter. Okay, because if you start winning, you're gonna start getting some momentum. Maybe you're gonna make things easier. Okay, you're gonna bring luck maybe on our side. Okay. But let's start winning on Sunday.
Yeah.
And yes, it looks easy. It should be easy, actually. But because of Venezia, actually, the good thing about Venezia, they're going to go to Torino and they're going to play the same game they play against Como, against Bologna, against... They try to play the game, okay? So they're going to probably create something, but they're gonna let you play. It's not a team that's going to basically build the bus or park the bus in front of the goal. Usually, of course, after I said that, they're gonna probably play everybody in the last 16. So let's win that, let's get some momentum, and then both of you have a point, because Coppa Italia, as you always said, Giulio, we have like a statement here. Okay.
I like Abram's statements. They're good.
You don't see my hands, but okay, but I like it too. Okay, but Coppa Italia, we definitely gonna have some turnover. But it's basically the only competition that you really can win. So still, you should be able. I think Cagliari is going to do some turnover as well, because at least in the recent year we see like even like smaller team in the first round of Coppa Italia they're making like a. But for example, Lazio started Noslin that never played in Campionato and he scored an hat-trick. That's since we were talking about at Napoli. Prediction time. Since we talk about Venezia. So last week, guys, Giulio was wrong. I was wrong. Donato was wrong. We both was just actually I was 1-3 with goal by Fagioli. Fagioli missed a huge one. Okay. We had Mauri with a 0-0 and Edo with a 1-1. They were pretty close. So Juve Venezia.
Then explain me how a 0-0 is close to a 2-2, by the way.
It's a tie.
It's still a tie.
Okay.
I'm not going to be schematic. Fuck it. 3-0.
That's
2-1.
what you're saying.
2-1 because Nicolosi Caviglia is going to score. So 2-1.
So I should start in for the calcio.
If you don't play against me, yes.
2-0 for me.
Okay.
2-0.
Maurizio
said 2-1.
Okay, guys. Come on, we're gonna score. We're gonna kill them. Di Francesco, but okay. So yeah, but hopefully, a question, Giulio. What did you say? What Conceição got injured at the 20 minutes of the first half, and it looked like it was something like it looked like serious for a moment.
What do I say? What if Conceição got injured? You don't want to say what I said.
Okay.
You don't want to know what I said.
No, you're gonna cancel for YouTube, guys.
Yeah. No.
Oh yeah.
I mean, Conceição is the only player we have that's been playing consistently well every game.
Yes, and is the only player that we acquired, that we bought, but we Kalulu actually, because that actually did the off-season work.
Yeah.
Right.
Because Douglas Luiz, Nico Gonzalez, Comanes for different Abraham 3-1 for different reason.
Thuram did all the.
Well, Thuram even more because he was training for the Olympics actually, and you actually can see the difference.
But if you pay attention to who is actually performing better, is Locatelli, who did the full preseason, because he didn't make it to the Euro Cup. Conceição, Gatti, I think he is.
Kalulu.
Kalulu
did the preseason with Milan.
Yeah. And that's it. Of those that actually played the summer competition, it is doing relatively well. There is Cambiaso, right? Right. Cambiaso, I'm thinking. Yildiz is doing like
to me
up and down.
It's consistently good, guys. We still
Yildiz
18 years old kid.
So this is the problem. Not the problem. This is what we're waiting to not see anymore with Yildiz. With Yildiz, we see long pauses in the game where he's not doing anything, right? Where he's not really shining. But then when he has the ball in certain situations, you see like the class. So the class is there.
But you know why?
Because he's young.
Huh?
Because he's young.
Yeah, but even because
also the position
he's doubling up, helping the fullback with the wing.
It's also the position.
He's doing a huge defensive work, but
Conceição, like he's always like involved in almost every.
He's
play.
a more mature player than
right. That's what I'm saying. So it's just like I think we need time with him. So I would like to see Yildiz a little more like Conceição, involved a lot more in all the plays.
I'm just happy to have him to play for our team.
No, for sure. We're just like talking about where the room of improvement is. Yeah. It's not that we're accusing.
Have you seen what the Paul Scholes post on Instagram?
Who?
What's the what?
Paul Scholes post on Instagram. He posted like a story. Said, "Who the fuck is Yildiz?" I guess he was impressed by his game today.
Who was this? Who?
Paul Scholes. Decent player.
Yeah, I mean from a technique class, like he could be a world class player. He's not yet.
I
But
tell
he could.
you right now, I had only one issue with this game. At I think it was 85 minutes. Okay, we were attacking, and I need to find the video. I'm gonna send you to you tomorrow. Okay, and he had Danilo overlapping, correct? Okay, and since he respect Danilo, he passed the ball to Danilo instead, or using his movement to cut to inside and shoot.
Right.
Then I said a lot of bad words.
I remember that one.
That's
the thing,
the
sir.
only issue I had with this game.
But
Sometimes he has that.
But I play in that position, and sometimes at 85 minutes you're like that, and you don't have the legs to do it, so you pass the ball. So I think I can see that.
One last thing I think we need to say to everyone said.
Right.
Actually, we mentioned it, but I think we need to give him more credit. We said at the very beginning, Danilo played a great game today, defensively, and also the second goal. Half of the goal is this. He recovered the ball, looked up, gave the ball to McKennie in the middle, saw him in the middle there, and then McKennie, great pass, great pass, McKennie, great finish. It was a freaking pass.
Thank God he didn't go to Vlahovic.
Right. Right. So, but Danilo, it was really good today.
Yeah, but as we said, I said Danilo as a fullback is a captain of the Brazilian national team.
Yeah, I know, but like Matt, as a fullback against Inter, it was horrifying.
No, it was center back.
No, center back, yeah.
It wasn't fullback.
It was
No,
center back.
Center back, yeah.
Ah, okay.
So most of the game we have he struggled with us. He was a center back, and for sure it was the first game he played as a left back because we normally have Cambiaso there.
Yeah.
So and generally you want to have Cambiaso. So it's the kind of position for a right foot play on the left. If you play like defensively, like he does, you can do that. But you don't expect any cross from the left from him. So anyway, we don't cross a lot. So it's not an issue.
We don't have a strike.
We don't.
We don't. So we normally pass the ball around and.
The ball. Speaking of cross, the ball that Hildic gave to Vlahovic on the first goal, freaking perfect.
Oh wow!
Perfect on his head in between two defenders.
Now, was beautiful also the way second pass. No, the first pass goes against the defender, and the second pass how he cuts it under the ball.
And Vlahovic had amazing movement. You see, finally, the striker took away 2 men he free away. He free away Kenny. Sorry.
McKennie. So the situation. What you see, you're right. That doesn't do is able to distance himself from the defender. Yeah, I agree.
So,
I agree.
Let's say it like this.
He needs to improve on that. Yeah.
McKennie scored a similar goal 4 years ago.
Barcelona
3-0. Okay, with Pirlo.
Pirlo was the coach.
Pirlo on the bench. We said we are back.
Yeah.
And he didn't end that one.
Hey, special mention to Gatti tonight.
Well, yeah.
Great game by Gatti. And the first goal, what he did on the first goal, he deserved to score himself.
Wow. If he scored over that, I could probably.
I was on the couch here. I was like, oh, shit.
No,
I was like, what's going on?
He has the characteristic of going down in the middle and it's a great game to do it against Manchester City.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
Haaland, didn't besides that first chance, he didn't do anything else.
Excuse me, I loved when there was Bernardo Silva that pushed Gatti and they end up on the Gregorio, and the Gatti went to Bernardo Silva that probably was kind of short. So I was hoping to see some action over there. I'm gonna say that. Abraham, are you ready for Sunday? Because I haven't seen you in a while. Okay. I haven't seen you in a while. Are you ready for Sunday?
I think Abraham is saying, "Are you ready for Sunday?" Because he's ready.
You have a point. Okay, guys, I'm going to the couch. Okay, that was fun. Hopefully, we're gonna be here. We're gonna be as happy like we are right now next week. Okay, because it was long due actually a day like this.
Yeah, for real.
So hopefully next week on the week after we're gonna have some more info about the FIFA World Cup. Actually, we didn't say anything, and Joachim Beers after looking like a plan. Bill, are you sure you don't wanna come?
No, I'm shy. I like to stay by myself.
I'm shy.
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.
Have a good night. Bye.